South Carolina State, obviously the won the MEAC last year, and the favorite to win it again. So this is probably going to be the juggernaut for the next couple of years.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast preview of HBCUs for the 2025 football season. Now, fans, the Odd Coaches Podcast, entering its fifth year of covering college and pro football, is for the casual fans. So this is a general overview of all Division I HBCU programs, as well as all of the news and notes and happenings of the HBCU schools, which I am an alum of Bowie State University, class of 1995. With us today, Captain for Life and friend of HBCUs, Will Cotton, and our Texas correspondent who has a lot of information because there's a lot of HBCUs in the southwest of the U.S., Robert Abney. So, gentlemen, let's get going. There are 23 Division I HBCUs. 12 of them are in the SWAC, and 8 of them reside in the MEAC. And there's 3 other non-HBCU leagues where HBCUs play. So the first thing I want to do is introduce HBCU4U Association. The commissioners of the 4 NCAA conferences comprised of historically Black colleges and universities announced the creation of HBCU4U Association, which is a landmark alliance dedicated to protecting integrity, legacy, cultural value, and competitiveness of HBCU programs. Here are the main 4 HBCU conferences discussed with this. The MEAC, which is the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, the SWAC, which is the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the CIAA, which is the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, and the SIAC, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. So again, their mission: student-athlete leadership and development, preservation of cultural heritage, competitive excellence, financial sustainability and partnerships, unified advocacy, and holistic student-athlete welfare. So I am wishing everybody the best with that. So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk MEAC football. I'm going to jump to Will Cotton. So Will, MEAC, I joke with them all the time because they need other schools to come in. We have South Carolina State preseason number 1, North Carolina Central preseason number 2, Morgan State, shout out to Morgan State, they're around the corner from us. That's preseason number 3, Norfolk State preseason number 4, Howard preseason number 5, and Delaware State preseason number 6. Will, is there any team that has caught your eye for the MEAC preseason, sir?
Oh, it would probably be like you said, South Carolina State, obviously the won the MEAC last year, and the favorite to win it again. So this is probably going to be the juggernaut for the next couple of years until by they have them catch up, which is great because you need competitiveness. You need guys to beat the best. NCCU, man, I think last year they had a great offense. They're coming back, like you said, with 8 student athletes to all MEAC last year on offense and defense. So they're loaded, man. So they're ready to score. I'm ready. And of course, I'm always there for Howard. It's not the same until my boy left, but they're still making it happen, man. And I think that's exactly. Oh, and don't we can't forget. Very, very excited. We're having the first season for Deshaun Jackson. He's been very vocal on Instagram and things he's doing. He's building a brand. Obviously, I don't know if that brand is going to work, but we'll see. But when you've won one game in the last 2 seasons, back to back, all you can go is go up. So I wish him all the best, man, and hope his season is success for him.
All right. So, Robert, I want to get you in on this because the MEAC is one of the conferences with the celebrity coach. Michael Vick is the new coach at Norfolk State. Deshaun Jackson is the new coach at Delaware State. What are your thoughts on hiring the celebrity coach with a little lack of experience as opposed to Morgan State, who hired Bowie State's old coach, who went through the trenches and so forth, and now he built his program to a point where Morgan State wanted them, but we've got a chance to get some quick NFL money. Any thoughts about that with your leadership background?
Well, I think that's exactly what it is I think you're looking for that quick infusion of interest. And with that quick infusion of interest, you're looking for that quick infusion of cash, which I get. I totally understand it. And you know what? There's no reason that can't work if the university is providing some structure to make sure that that coach has some support to be successful. Because I think they probably know what they liked about coaches and what they didn't like about coaches and that kind of stuff. But being a head football coach of a Division I football program's HBCU or otherwise, I mean, you're an administrator is what you are. And there are certain things that you have to be willing to meet. You need to know everything. You need to know about everything, but you can't do everything. It's not possible. So they need to, as long as they are setting those guys up with that kind of structure where they have some support, can it work? Yes. I tend to think that, guys like Coach Wilson at Morgan State who have come up through the ranks, who have learned the process, I think in the long run, those guys are probably going to be more successful. But Dion has done pretty well. I mean, the jury's still kind of out on him at Colorado, but Dion has done pretty well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's the sustainability. And yes, I'm going to bring it back to education. You can't have a merry-go-round of principals and have long-term success. You can't have a merry-go-round of superintendents and have long-term success. So as much as we celebrated Dion, he was there 2 years. And where's Jackson State now? So how long is Michael Vick going to be engaged in Norfolk State to make that happen? Is Michael Vick going to be at Norfolk State 5, 10, 15 years to be an institution like the previous? Or is this something to do until, and then you're in that never-ending cycle? So we're going to wait and see. And when we get back on the iCoaches podcast in segment 2, we're going to talk about the SWAC. And we're going to use Robert's knowledge to help us get through that. We'll be right back on the iCoaches podcast. Hi, everyone. Dr. Keith Adams here. And for over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping student athletes succeed, not just on the fields and the courts, but in the classroom and beyond. And that's why I founded the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project understands that finding the balance between academics and athletics is crucial for long-term success. That's why the CKA Save Project offers a range of programs, including personalized consulting, mentorship, and coming in 2027, our innovative Gap Year Basketball Academy designed to assist both young men and women reach their full potential both on and off the court. I'm incredibly excited to announce that the CKA Save Project is now partnering with the Cascade Sports Network. This partnership will allow us the opportunity to amplify our message and reach even more student athletes through the Odd Coaches podcast and other exciting initiatives. Join the CKA Save Project and the Cascade Sports Network as we empower the next generation of student athletes. Visit CKA on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org to learn more. Let's work together to find the balance and help unlock your potential. Welcome back to the iCoaches podcast and segment 2. We're going to talk about the SWAC. Now, the SWAC does it a little bit different than the MEAC, and that's probably because they have more than 5 teams. But when it's a SWAC championship? SWAC championship is set up December 6th. It's going to feature the division champ from the East and the West, and that game is going to be on ESPN2. So we already have that. So in the East, Jackson State's preseason 1, Florida A&M's preseason 2. Editorial comment, Florida A&M, get your house together because you've been sticking up the joint, and wait for it. You've got another celebrity hire in Charlie Ward, who's one of my favorite players, but is Charlie Ward going to be at FAMU for 10 years to really dig in? And your admin stinks right now too. All right, 3, Alabama State, 4, Alabama A&M, 5, Bethune-Cookman. Another group You're in Daytona. You shouldn't struggle with anything. You've got athletes there.
Nothing.
Administration has to do a better job. And Mississippi Valley State, home of Hall of Fame Jerry Rice, but another celebrity hire in Terrell Buckley. So, Will, any thoughts on the East Division of the Southwest Conference?
Oh, I love it, man. I think the Jackson State's to lose again. It was good to see, more Florida teams will put up more effort in. Again, you should have talent out there. It shouldn't be like you shouldn't be, you should be winning, I should say it is. But yeah, it looks like it's fixing up what's going to be. I would thought Grambling State would a little better. They're obviously not the best right
Now,
now.
Grambling's in the
Southern better.
West, so we're going to get to the West
Oh, we're
shortly.
not in the West yet. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
just the East right now.
oh, then yeah, Jackson State. I don't got nobody. Hey, Jackson State to lose, in my opinion.
All right, we're going to go to the West, and then Robert's going to give us some additional information. So in the West, Southern's preseason 1, Alcorn State's 2, Prairie View A&M's 3, Texas Southern's 4, Grambling is 5, and Arkansas Pine Bluff, good luck to you, is 6. Robert, any thoughts on not only the West, but based on your resources, the SWAC in general?
So I'm shout out to Dave Campbell's Texas football, because $50 a year gets you unlimited online content and a 400-page magazine that gives you anything you could possibly want to know on any Texas football school that currently exists. A couple of things is that, Texas, Prairie View A&M hired a guy who won the Division II national championship at Valdosta State. His name is Tremaine Jackson. And he came in and immediately started talking, shaking hands, kissing babies, and talking about winning trophies. So he's looking to be a mover and a shaker. It's hard to tell with these guys, the portal, what is going to be, where can they wind up? But I'll tell you this, Prairie View A&M does have to go to Texas Southern, and they have to go to Southern, who is picked to win their division. So schedule is not really favorable for them. Texas Southern, their coach is Chris Dishman, who was defensive back, I think, for the Oilers before they went and became.
And the Redskins.
And the Redskins. There you go. Okay. And he's been there a little while, so he's doing okay. Their schedule is a lot more favorable for them because they do not have to play either Jackson State or Florida A&M, and those are two of the better teams in the East. So that's going to be beneficial for them. I think in the end is probably going to be Southern out of the West, and then Jackson State out of the East. That will probably be the HBCU championship game, but there's some good low major football being played in Texas, and I think both Prairie View A&M and Texas Southern are going to be pretty good. And boy, I feel bad for Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right. So fans, in segment 3, we're going to talk about the non-HBCU conference teams, and we're also going to preview the Celebration Bowl and talk about some games of the week. We'll be right back on the AI Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Keith Adams, and for years, I've witnessed the struggles student athletes face on how to truly balance the demands of academics and athletics. It's a question that I have dedicated my life to answering. That's why I wrote Finding the Balance, my personal journey to academic and athletic success. It's more than just a book. It is my personal journey, and it is filled with hard-earned lessons from decades as a coach, educator, and now president of the CIAA SAFE Project. Inside, you will find practical advice, real-life stories, and a clear roadmap to help student athletes, coaches, and parents navigate the complex world of balancing sports and education. And now I am thrilled to bring this message to a wider audience as a proud member of the Cascade Sports Network. We're partnering to amplify these crucial conversations about student athlete success. I believe every student athlete deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential, both on and off the court and the field. You can purchase your copy directly from our website at www.ckasafeproject.org. Join me and the Cascade Sports Network as we work together to help every student athlete succeed. Welcome back to the Coaches Podcast in segment 3. Let's first talk about the non-HBCU leagues. The CIAA, the Coastal Athletic Conference. Hampton is ranked 11th in the preseason poll, and they have no FBS opponents, but 5 games against fellow HBCUs. So why are you leaving if that's who you're playing? And North Carolina A&T is ranked 14th in the preseason CAA poll. Will, as somebody who knows people from Hampton and from A&T, any thoughts on them continuing to try to be something that, I don't know. What are you thinking, man?
I haven't even talked to anybody about it. They haven't never said like, "Hey, man, I wish we could play Howard every year." I'm sure Howard said the same thing. It's that was one of the worst things but I'm glad they're back. They're doing that. Who's the real HU? I'm with that. I talked trash with friends, colleagues, family. I mean, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. They should have never have left, but I get it. I understand. I knew why they did. I understand what they did. Same thing with Maryland. Maryland should have never left the ACC, but because of money, they had to do what they had to do.
Oh.
So it's just one of those things, man. It's unfortunate, man. Tradition is now being cast away from.
Forget your tradition. No one cares.
Yeah,
the thing that bugs me is if you're going to do it, great, fine. I totally understand. Go get the bag, but you're not any good, and you're not making that football revenue the way you could. But again, good luck to them. And let's go to the Big South OVC. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, I mean, here's my question. I mean, it's great that they are playing other HBCUs. That's great. Unfortunately, most of these guys, their budgets are tight. You gotta pay. You have to play a money game. You have to. And I understand. I mean, it's hard to do that because you get beat up and all that, and all of that. But those they need that. The schools need that money. I can't imagine their athletic department doesn't need that money. And it seems to me that that is a missed opportunity, and it's a lack of foresight on the part of the administration whenever they were doing the scheduling, however long ago this was. But you need a money game.
Yeah. And to add to that part, Robert, that's why a lot of the HBCUs opted into the House decision so they can get some steady income in terms of money. Right. In terms of the Big South and the OVC, Tennessee State, they lost their coach, Eddie George, last year because he's gone to Bowling Green, and new coach Reggie Barlow has filled in. He's got 46 transfers. So good luck with that. In terms of games to watch, week 0, North Carolina Central versus Southern, big game to watch. You've got week 2, Virginia State and Norfolk State. Howard and Hampton are week 4, and it's at Howard, so maybe you'll go to the game. I doubt it. Week 8, Robert, Prairie View is going against Southern. That is their opportunity. That is their money game. So good luck to them. Week 10, Jackson State's against Florida A&M. And, of course, week 12, you got South Carolina State and North Carolina Central. And one game in particular, Norfolk State will take on Dale State this year. So you have your former NFL players going head at it. And I believe that game is going to be at Lincoln Financial Field. The Celebration Bowl will
Mhm.
be played at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Hotlanta, Georgia. It'll be the 8th time the Celebration Bowl has been in a Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and the 10th time in Atlanta. That is where the MEAC champion takes on the SWAC champion. And good luck to everyone involved. We will cover the HBCUs all year, as we have every year in segment 2 of our regular college shows, teams to watch, games to watch. So we're very excited. So I appreciate our Cavalcade Stars helping us out. So on behalf of our Cavalcade Stars, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Coaches Podcast, also seen on the Cascade Sports Network. And we will see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches Podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches Podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches Podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches Podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach FRANCHIZE. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.